Tricia.
What do you think sets that ward apart from the rest of the city?
Probably the atmosphere. It is a little bit more city-like. When you I call it the tale of two cities. When you cross 91 going east, it is a more rural atmosphere. When you when back westward from 91, there's probably been, I would say, the most amount of growth in the city has occurred on the west side of 91. And I'm all for growth, but I would like smart growth. And it should be done with the input of the residents and the people who are paying the bills. I mentioned transparency in government. There has been, especially in the past couple of years, there's been an enormous amount of legislation that's gone through on an emergency basis. And then the 3-reading rule has been waived during the council meetings. So I'm sitting here watching the council meetings at home and going, okay, well, what are we voting on? What just happened? The growth, and I said, and that's where the most potential of the growth lies, on the west side of the city. High-end growth, you talk industrial spaces. There's a number of very nice industrial parks going up around the airport. That's going to have a huge impact on the west side of the city. And that has to be watched very closely.
I agree, again, with Gil. The one point I want to point out, and I'm not sure, I learned a lot over the last 4 years because I was never an elected official before either. So I've learned a number of things. And when something gets passed on an emergency basis, what that means is it becomes law as soon as the mayor signs it. It doesn't have to wait 30 days. So that doesn't really mean it's an emergency. It doesn't mean that anybody is trying to finagle anything through. It's a way that it can become law quickly. And if everybody agrees on it, including the mayor, why wait an extra 30 days? So that's what that means. And waiving the 3-reading rule also is very often done by almost all communities. Again, why wait for the process of 6 extra weeks if you don't need to? Those are some of the things that I've learned with the experience over the last 4 years, and I know you haven't been going to that many meetings to really maybe understand that. In terms of the differentiation of the cities again, I do agree. It is really a tale of East and West, and we have diversity on our side because we have the apartment owners, we have 1-acre homeowners, we have less than 1-acre homeowners on some of the older streets. We have a lot of different types of commercial. We have doctors who did well through the transition. We have a lot of retailers who didn't do well through the transition. You've got all different kinds of elements, different age groups, different economic groups. So the diversity on our end is amazing. And it means that everybody has got to be able to be heard, which I do when I do go door to door and I talk to the people and I try to represent them to the best of my ability. But it also means that somebody has to be looking at the big picture. Somebody has to be looking at all aspects and not get too hung up on one person's opinion or one street's opinion, because we are a district and we have to make decisions that best benefit everybody in that district. Politics is not easy. Politics is very difficult to try to make everybody happy. It's like keeping everybody happy in your family, but you have a family of several thousand people. And it's not easy to do it, but you have to try to have the courage and have the awareness and have the intelligence and get the facts that you can make the best decisions on behalf of that whole district for the long-term good. That's what I've been trying to do.
Okay, you'll each have a little less than 2 minutes to respond to this. Start with Ray. How would you describe the quality of the services that the city provides? Police, fire, service, other city services?
I think they're excellent. Our chiefs are just outstanding. They're unbelievable. The service that they give to people in the community. I mean, we just get letters and calls all the time from people how well they take care of them. I'm very, very proud of them and proud of the city for the services that we give. I do believe that if we had the administration and the council working more closely together, that could even be raised to the next level, because there are some concerns. We did a tremendous job this past year of all the new negotiations for labor. So they're all very, very happy right now. We saved the city a lot of money in the process because we did it internally without getting an attorney to do all the negotiations. So everybody is happy. That's an example of things that we can do if we work together on it to try to save money. Instead of paying the attorneys, give it to the actual workers and make the policemen and the firemen who are not overpaid, give them a couple extra dollars so that they can be happier and do even a better job. But they're excellent, but we can make them a little better.
Gil, what's your opinion on
I
the quality
have first-hand knowledge of that. As a homeowner and someone who had a home project go awry on and needed the EMS, banged up my hand pretty badly. They responded. They were totally professional. They helped my family, who were really upset. It was very late at night. I was doing something I should have set it aside. And they were very professional. They helped my family to the hospital. I can't say enough good things about them. And I understand that we have to update our dispatch, with the police dispatch. That's in the works. The mayor's been working on that. And he's attended a conference with our police chief, I believe it was North Carolina, earlier in the summer. And they were looking into the investment that they're going to put into that area. Combine that with the efforts, I think we've got a first-rate town when it comes to our city services.
Okay, well, a minute left, so give a 30-second commercial for yourself.
We're at a crossroads right now in Willoughby Hills. And I believe that the people, myself, Bill Heater, Maggie Miko, John Vitale, are going to try to work to keep the city on track to still become where the country meets the city. I don't feel, it's my opinion, that those views are shared with the opposing running slate. This is really what the election comes down to. Do we want to become the economic development center on the east side of Cleveland, or do we want to remain where the country meets the city?
Okay, and Ray, the last word is yours, 30 seconds.
Thank you. We have an experienced crew on council that has done a tremendous job, I believe, and had a lot of strong accomplishments over the last 4 years. Our council president is running for mayor, and I fully support him, as do all the members of council. On a personal basis, anyone who knows me knows that I commit myself to serving others, to doing the right thing and trying to help people the best I can, and I will continue to do that. If the people have faith in me, I will continue to add the highest value and try to serve the community the best way that I can.
And that is the last word. And thank you very much, Ray Simich and Gil Martello, for being with us today and sharing your views.